only remain seated and not to stand to click photographs.
Emergency exits and washrooms for all the dignitaries are on both sides, on your left and right, and washrooms for other personnel are placed at the end of the seating area on either side. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated till the chief guest departs from the venue.
A thought-provoking evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the momentous India Gate. Let us swiftly introduce ourselves, your hosts for the evening. I am Lieutenant Samson Moses.
And I am Commander Tanushri Gautam.
And on behalf of the G20 Secretariat, Indian Navy and Navy Welfare and Wellness Association, NAVA, we would like to extend a warm and hearty welcome to you and also to those tuned in to today's events through YouTube live streaming. To the much-awaited quizzing extravaganza, the G20THINQ International Finals, a milestone event that has aimed to create history and inspire the youth all across the globe. The chief guest for the evening is the Honorable Vice President of India, Shri G20THINQ, who will be joining us later in the evening.
We are about to witness the students from across the globe lock horns in an epic battle of wits shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, may I take this opportunity to express our gratitude to our sponsors whose contributions have led to the fruition of this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, may I kindly request you to please take your seats. Our associate sponsors are HDFC Bank, Barman Lorry, Kirloskar Brothers Limited, Hindustan Shipyard Limited, Mazgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited, Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers, Cochin Shipyard Limited, Favasian, Om Industries, State Bank of India, Jack and Jones, and Shree Refrigeration. Our premium sponsors are Indian Oil, Nation First, always on duty to propel.
उत्तरम यत् समुद्रस्य हिमाद्रेश्चैव दक्षिणम वर्षम तद भारतम नाम भारती यत्र सन्ततिः. That which is to the north of the ocean and to the south of the snowy mountain, that subcontinent is called Bharat, where eloquence perpetuates. And at Indian Oil, we, as revering men and women, proudly stand in the relentless service of this great nation, with purity in our hearts and devotion in our work, led by integrity in our actions, placing the nation first, forever and always. We are committed to the promise of quality, reliability and dependability, watching over the trust of 1.4 billion Indians. Never stopping, never pausing. We fuel the dreams of our land and its people beyond the highs or the lows. Indian Oil, nation first.
Hero Motocorp, हम में है hero.
A little step that makes children more aware. A little step that makes butterflies happy. A little step that makes our planet smile. A little step that makes birds find new homes. Taking little steps that celebrate the environment every day. Because at Hero, we care.
Another premium sponsor is EPPS, Business Anytime, Anywhere.
We all know running a business is like running a race. It's a race where the most agile wins. It's a race where dynamism gives you a head start. It's a race where the proactive leapfrogs. It's a race in which one might have to conserve and pause just to win. It's a race where you need a running partner to help you with real-time and informed decision-making while you are aiming for the podium finish. EPPS, ERP Solutions. Simple, omnipresent, easy to deploy and maintain.
Cloudstrats. Aspire to work towards a sustainable digital future.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I kindly request you once again to please be seated. Next.
Continuing with our premium sponsors, Air India, Window of Possibilities. And our apparel partners, Fab India, has sponsored the rich, ethnic, Indian traditional attire for all the participants today.
फैब इंडिया वो ट्रेन है जिसमें सबके लिए जगह है.
If I had to put India in one place, one shop, it would be Fab India.
Additionally, ladies and gentlemen, the prizes for grabs today have been made possible by our gracious sponsors. We would also express our appreciation to our creative partner, A&J Creations, for their tireless dedication in orchestrating impactful media outreach across the digital and outdoor platforms in both Mumbai and India.
A special note of thanks to our spirited event manager, Miss Pallavi, and her team at Encore Creations that has tirelessly worked to create the event for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the curtain call event of the G20 2023. It's wisely said, the best way to predict the future is to create it together. This explains the role G20 plays in a nutshell. With 67% of the world's population, 75% of the global trade, and 80% of the gross world product among the member nations, the G20 Intergovernmental Forum helps pave way for a better future for the entire world.
With India holding the G20 presidency this year, India's responsibilities too skyrocketed. With meetings on a diverse range of topics held in a multitude of host cities across the country, G20 India has helped build more bridges and enhance mutual cooperation amongst the member states for the greater good.
Ayam nijam paroveti, ganana lagu chetsam, udara charitanam tu Vasudhaiva kutumbakam, which means one is a relative, the other stranger. Say the small-minded. the entire world is a family, live the magnanimous. These lines from the Maha Upanishad express the idea the world is one family, which is now immortalized by India as the year-long theme of G20 2023.
A major world power is never complete without a state-of-the-art navy to project a confident and resolute image at the global level.
Today, we have a navy that is combat-ready, credible, cohesive, and future-proof. A navy with the underlying vision of Sagar, that is security and growth for all in the region. The Indian Navy today operates beyond the horizon and has deepened and broadened its engagement with friendly countries in the region.
The Navy dedicates concerted efforts in building bridges of friendship across the oceans through multinational events like the biannual Milan, the recently concluded Goa Maritime Conclave, to the deployment of 19 ships with over 3,500 personnel in international ports and waters to create an ocean ring of yoga to celebrate International Day of Yoga 2023. After all, yoga is India's gift to the world. Navy additionally renders significant humanitarian assistance with missions like Operation Madad, Samudra Setu to provide support and relief to disaster-struck communities.
Indian Navy has opened up all ranks and roles for women, with women officers and the recently inducted women Agniveers joining the Navy. Indian Navy has evolved from gender equality to gender neutrality.
Women are and will continue to be a fundamental element of all dimensions of operations, carrying forward our Honorable Prime Minister's vision of Nari Shakti se hai Rashtriya Shakti. I would like to call upon another woman officer, Lieutenant Rajshri, to showcase different roles played by women in white.
Over to you, Rajshri.
There is no force more powerful than a woman determined to rise. There is no limit to what we as women can accomplish.
Everything is within your power, and your power is within you. Women should have the self-determination and self-belief to overcome any obstacles in their path, showcasing their inherent strength and power.
In a world often shaped by tradition and gender stereotypes, this team symbolized the winds of change. They charted a course towards progress and inclusivity. For the first time in our nation's maritime history, a group of exceptional women embarked on an extraordinary voyage, breaking barriers and setting sail into uncharted waters. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my immense pleasure to inform you that two officers, Lieutenant Commander Dilna and Lieutenant Commander Rupa, are training under the mentorship of Commander Abhilash Tommy, retired. One of them will eventually go on to become the first Asian woman to attempt a solo circumnavigation around the world.
While the Navy provides women avenues to participate in all spheres of naval operations, it also takes steps to increase awareness about Navy among the youth.
One such outreach program was Shamno Varuna Car Rally, conducted by the Navy Welfare and Wellness Association in collaboration with the Indian Navy, which traversed the coastal India from Kolkata in the east to Lakhpat in the west, with the aim to awaken maritime consciousness in the remotest corners of our country and inspire our youth to join the Indian Navy, which resulted in an increased number of applicants for the armed forces, including women Agniveers, adding to the Nari Shakti.
Kyunki we truly believe Nari Shakti se hai Rashtriya Shakti. And while the men and women in white take care of business at sea, it's essential that the family back home is well taken care of.
The Navy Welfare and Wellness Association, or NAVA, is the backbone that serves in a holistic manner to uplift the family back home so that the warrior at sea can maintain their laser focus on operational tasks at hand.
Since its inception in 1948, the Navy Welfare and Wellness Association, NAVA, has witnessed a remarkable transformation. It has now grown into an organization that has been the driving force behind numerous initiatives, like signing of MOUs with multiple universities, naming Kalinga, Flame, Shiv Nadar, and SRM. These MOUs were conceived with the underlying vision that not everyone has equal abilities, but everyone should have equal opportunities for education.
One of the recent initiatives of NAVA has been Chetna. The Early Intervention Center started in Mumbai in 2021. Now serves 880 naval children across the commands with special needs. It creates an ecosystem enabling timely detection of developmental changes in children and provide intervention for newborn kids up to 6 years of age by enabling access to advanced therapists and techniques, thereby providing an opportunity for transition to the mainstream.
Under the able guidance of its president, Mrs. Kala Harikumar, NAVA has truly been living up to its motto, anchoring lives by providing stability and support to the families, and being an anchor in the true sense. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are part of yet another brainchild of NAVA, an initiative that reaches out beyond borders, the G20THINQ.
From an extremely humble beginning a few years back, this event was elevated last year to the national level on board India's mighty aircraft carrier INS Vikramaditya. This year, we are proud to present, under the aegis of G20, the second edition of Indian Navy Quiz, the G20THINQ, in a global and a grander avatar.
Before we move ahead, we would like to share a glimpse of the G20THINQ National Finals, which was conducted at the iconic Gateway of India on 18th November.
As you can imagine, it has been a very large-scale endeavor and aptly captures the national ethos of Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. So significant credit for its success resides with President and members of the Navy Welfare and Wellness Association, or NAVA.
Moving the feathers very fast.
What do they move very fast?
Yeah.
Huh? Yes. These are not easy questions, they're worked out answers and applying their presence of mind,
आज के फाइनल क्विज राउंड बहुत शानदार और ज्ञानवर्धक रहे। सभी टीमों ने उत्कृष्ट प्रदर्शन किया।
And that was the story of Team Bharat, who emerged as the winners at the national finals to compete today at international finals along with our 8 other international finalists.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's a window into our international team's remarkable journey since they landed here in Delhi on 19th November. And that, ladies and gentlemen, perfectly encapsulates the essence of building bond beyond borders. This event was conceptualized by President Nava, Mrs. Kala Harikumar. While we await the arrival of our dignitaries, here is a message from Mrs. Kala Harikumar for all the international participants and Team Bharat.
Greetings from Navy Welfare and Wellness Association. We are delighted to welcome the participants from all countries across the globe to the G20THINQ. Your presence here is of great value to us. It's a unique opportunity for everyone to build friendships and bonds beyond borders. G20THINQ, the flagship event of NAVA in collaboration with Indian Navy, aims to enable students to be future-ready, lifelong learners and develop qualities of teamwork and leadership. Partnering with G20 is indeed a matter of great privilege to us. While the G20 represents a forum for international cooperation, we at NAVA also plan to collaborate, learn and draw inspiration from one another. As we get ready for the big day, we request you to view every question as an opportunity for all of you to yet again learn something new. Knowledge is power and knowledge shared is power multiplied. Every participant will feel that they are stronger by experience and knowledge by virtue of being part of this amazing journey. That's a promise from us. We will ensure that...
Ladies and gentlemen, the India's G20 Sherpa, Shri Amitabh Kant, has now arrived at the venue. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now awaiting the arrival of Admiral R. Harikumar, Chief of the Naval Staff. Ladies and gentlemen, Admiral R. Harikumar, Chief of the Naval Staff. India's G20 Sherpa, Shri Amitabh Kant, Mrs. Ranjita Kant, Admiral R. Harikumar, Chief of the Naval Staff, Mrs. Kala Harikumar, President, Nava, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a very warm welcome to the G20THINQ International Finale.
May I now request India's G20 Sherpa, Shri Amitabh Kant, to kindly address the gathering.
Admiral Hari Kumar, the Chief of Naval Staff, Mrs. Kala Hari Kumar, President of the Navy Welfare and Wellness Association, senior officials of the Government of India and the three services, mentors and students, ladies and gentlemen. I am indeed extremely pleased to actually welcome all of you to the international finals of the G20 Indian Navy Quiz 2023 here at this hallowed grounds of the India Gate, New Delhi. It's an absolute pleasure for me to stand before you today as India's G20 Sherpa, representing a nation that takes great pride in rich cultural heritage, its commitment to sustainable development, and its unwavering belief in the power of education. First and foremost, I would like to commend the Indian Navy and the NWWA for conceptualizing and organizing one of the largest and the most unique international quiz competitions ever. This is a unique event. I would also like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of the brilliant students gathered here from the G20 member and invitee countries. Your exceptional intellect, dedication, and passion have propelled you to the finals of the International G20 THINQ quiz. This is a remarkable achievement. Not only speaks volumes about your individual prowess, but also reflects the collective potential of the young minds shaping our global future. On behalf of India's G20 presidency and the Indian Navy, I would like to extend our deep appreciation to all the G20 members and invitee countries for their active support, which has ensured that the G20THINQ 2023 is a grand and a roaring success. Under the thematic umbrella of One Earth, One Family, One Future, India's G20 leadership underscored the interwoven essence of our global challenges, encompassing climate change, sustainable development, goals, that is the SDGs, technological evolution, and multilateral development reforms and women-led development. The leaders' declaration from New Delhi was unanimous. It was harmoniously agreed upon, accentuated the imperative for united efforts, affirming not only through collective action can we surmount the collective challenges of our era. Only India could have done this and brought unanimity on all the 83 paras of the New Delhi Leaders' Declaration. Some of the topics chosen for the THINQ 2023 quiz have been key priorities of India's G20 presidency as well. We witnessed a very engaging and competitive semi-finals with 23 teams competing to arrive at this grand stage of the international finals. I was delighted to be a part of this. Today's international finals, which we'll witness, will be extremely exciting. In my honest opinion, each of you who has traveled so far to come and participate in THINQ 2023 is already a winner. THINQ has truly exemplified the spirit of G20, that is Vasudhaiva kutumbakam, wherein our younger generations also got the opportunity to meet and interact as one family. THINQ is not just about showcasing one's knowledge, it's also about broadening horizons, making new friends, and discovering the joy of collaborative learning. Engaging in open and respectful dialogue is crucial in addressing the complex challenges faced by the world today. And I'm confident that the participants and winner of THINQ 2023 have all benefited from each other's views and perspectives and built bridges of friendship that will last a lifetime. I'm also very happy that this platform has given the participants an opportunity to immerse themselves in our rich Indian culture, heritage, and culinary delights and experience firsthand the vibrancy of New Delhi, India's capital. During G20, we've held over 225 events. But let me compliment Admiral Hari Kumar, the Chief of the Naval Staff, and Mrs. Kala Hari Kumar, the President of the Navy Welfare and Wellness Association, for hosting one of the finest events of G20. Students, the journey you have undertaken, the knowledge you have amassed, and the friendships you have forged through THINQ 2023 are invaluable assets. You have not just been ambassadors of your respective nations, but torchbearers for a shared future and global well-being. With these words, I wish all of you all the very best. Thank you and the best wishes for an exciting journey that lies ahead. Jai Hind. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the timeless architectural masterpiece, the India Gate, is the perfect backdrop for this resplendent evening. So it's time now to set the ball rolling and call our quiz master. He's a well-known figure in the quizzing world and has hosted several prestigious quizzes across the country for schools, colleges, and corporate groups. He also hosts a weekly web series on YouTube, The Road Less Taken. An IIM Bangalore 2000 batch alumnus. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a huge round of applause for our quiz master, Mr. Venkatesh Srinivasan.
Fondly known as Venki.
Over to you, Venki.
Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that glowing introduction. Let me introduce myself quickly once again. My name is Venkatesh Venki Srinivasan. I run a company called Nexus Consulting. We are a knowledge enhancement company based in Bengaluru. And it's our privilege, pleasure, and joy to be bringing this quiz to you. What a journey it's been. G20THINQ began as India's largest school quiz with 11,700 odd teams taking part. We had multiple online rounds. We had a national semi-final at the lovely NCPA in Mumbai and concluded it with a riveting final last week outside the iconic gateway of India, where one team emerged champions and got the privilege to be Team Bharat over here. In Delhi, we had teams from 23 different teams come over here from all across the world, representing their countries, representing their cultures, and coming here in the spirit of camaraderie to get to know, understand, and mingle with their Indian hosts and with their fellow contestants and participants. It's time now to meet 15 of these teams. Can we have the video up, please? Please continue to give them a generous round of applause. They've come from far and wide. representing their nations very proudly over here. Lovely. Thank you very much. One more round of applause to all our international participants. Thank you very much for coming. I think we heard the Sherpas say that all of you are already winners. Let me tell you, they've had some amazing experiences. They went yesterday and had a very long day, enjoying the wonders of Agra, the Taj Mahal, Fatehpur Sikri and such. They've been treated to some wonderful hospitality. We had a lovely ice-breaking dinner where we celebrated multiple birthdays at the same time. And we had an amazing set of semi-final rounds, quite appropriately at the G20 Secretariat, the Sushma Swaraj Bhavan. And from there emerged 8 teams who will compete with Team Bharat to make up today's grand finale, international final of G20THINQ lineup. Please, with a thunderous round of applause, join me in welcoming the teams for today's finale. Team number 1 coming up on stage. Please welcome Team Singapore. Welcome Team Singapore. They've already won the contest for the tallest members in the finals. All right. Neighboring them on table number 2, please welcome Team Saudi Arabia. An all-girls team. We heard about the Nari Shakti earlier, and I think they deserve a special round of applause. Team number 3, bringing with them the flavors of great food that we all like. Team Italy. Team number 4. A very energetic team. I must tell you, this team was warming up, literally warming up, like before a race or a sports tournament. The team from the European Union. And completing the lineup on my immediate right, as team number 5, doing the samba, ready to score the goals. Please welcome Team Brazil. Take your seats, gentlemen. To my immediate left, team number 6, Germany. Neighboring them on team number 7 are a country you might have heard of, Team Bharat. This team, incidentally, I must tell you, hails from not too far away, from Gurugram. No pressure at all, guys. Team Bharat. And neighboring them and hoping to do a repeat of what another team from the same country did, our Team Australia. See, you got a generous round of applause, Team Australia. See how sporting the Indian crowd is. And completing our lineup, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Team Netherlands. Oh, you got a good cheering squad along, Team Netherlands. Take your seats, get comfortable. There's a mic in front of each of you. Those, ladies and gentlemen, are our 9 wonderful teams in today's grand finale, the international finale of G20THINQ. The Indian Navy quiz brought to you in collaboration with Nava. Sail beyond the horizon. How are the teams looking on stage? What do you think of their attires? Looking good. Lovely. let's have a big round of applause and a big round of thanks to Fab India, who brought these beautiful outfits together. A slim fit kurta in silk blended with regenerated cellulosic fiber, and hand-woven Tusar silk geisha jacket, a beautiful churidar, and a handsome pair of jutis, 100% silk handloom jacket, all hand-woven, all customized, all very unique to this event. They've styled the quiz master as well. So thank you very much, Fab India, for making us look good on stage. Thank you. Among the many sponsors, I must say, who have supported this quiz, and I do hope you will continue to share your warm round of applause and appreciation for all of them, because without their support, an event of this scale would really not be possible. Right, here we are at the international finale. Time to take a look at how this quiz will go. We have 5 rounds in today's quiz, and we have a fairly tight time schedule to follow. The first round in the quiz is called blind pilotage, and I'll explain the titles of these rounds as we go along. The second round is called C4I. The third round is where you go through uncharted waters. The fourth round is Vasudhaiva kutumbakam, exemplifying the spirit of the G20. And the fifth round is where I get to fire some quick salvos at you, and you get to answer those questions. Right, let's get straight on with it. We are on a clock here, and we will aim to finish this quiz in the next 80 minutes or so. All right? Okay, team number 1 coming up, blind pilotage. Blind pilotage, this refers to the navigation of a vessel or aircraft when visual references are limited or not available. So tough conditions, you have to come past those, and you have to give us the answers. The rules for this round, we'll give you a grid which has 12 options. So you randomly pick a number. We don't know what question you're going to get, tough, easy, etc. Once you pick a number, we'll ask you that question. I will finish reading the question, and then we'll start a timer that's on the screen. You need to give in your answer before the timer runs out. There is no negative marking in this round, so please feel free to take a guess. Questions will pass in clockwise order, starting from Singapore, going to Netherlands, in this order. Right? Everyone ready? Part points on my discretion, and my decision on all questions will be final. This is one of the times I get to do this. Right. Singapore, let's get started with the quiz. What number would you like?
12.
Please speak loudly into the mic.
12.
12. Okay, you want to go with number 12. Number 12, here is your question. We're going to play you an audio. This is the artillery section of what's called the 1812 Overture, a very famous piece of Western classical music composed by Tchaikovsky. What is the instrument, and remember that instrument is in quotes, was used at the very end of this piece? Let's get the volume up, please. Yeah, you heard a longish piece, but you heard some kind of big noise at the end. What was the quote-unquote instrument used right at the end? Take a creative guess. It's not a regular musical instrument. Time's ticking down. You have 20 more seconds, though. AV team, can you make sure this screen on my left just features the questions and not the live feed? It's difficult to look into this screen. Thank you. Yes, Team Singapore, what's your answer?
Trombone.
Trombone. Nice guess. Passes to Saudi Arabia. It's not the trombone.
Trumpets.
Sorry? Trumpets, not trumpets. Team 3.
The triangle. The triangle.
The what?
It's no, pass.
Okay. Team 4. EU, do you have a guess? Yes, it's yours. You have to be a little fast.
Drum kit.
Drum kit. Passes.
Cannon.
Cannon, as in a cannon or a gun, a big,
Yes.
what you would use in a battlefield.
Yes.
Cannon. Let's see if that's the right answer. What an answer! Absolutely right. Those are actually cannons, right? So Tchaikovsky decided to make this very realistic, the 1812 overture, and he actually used a cannon, a battle cannon, right at the end to create that booming sound that you heard. Excellent answer. 10 points to Team 5. That's Brazil. Off to a great start in this quiz. Let's go back to the grid. Team Saudi Arabia, what number would you like?
5.
5. Number 5 for you. Again, please put the PPT feed back there, please. Thank you. Which historical figure are these actors portraying? One is from the Academy Award nominated film Spencer. The other is from a web series called The Crown. Very simple.
Princess Diana.
Princess Diana. That's the right answer. It is Princess Diana. Well done. 10 points to you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Chief of Naval Staff, the NAVA and the G20 Secretariat, it's my pleasure and honor to welcome among us Srimati Meenakshi Lekhi, who's joined us now, the Honorable Minister for External Affairs and Culture, Government of India. Ladies and gentlemen, can you please rise and give her a round of applause and welcome her to this quiz? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for joining us. It's our pleasure to have you here. Please be seated. Very good. So that is 2 questions done. And the second question, Saudi Arabia get it absolutely right and get themselves 10 points. Let's go back to the grid. Yeah, team 3. What would you like?
Number 3.
Number 3. Okay. Number 3 for Italy. Here's your question. This natural wonder, the tallest of its kind, is not named after a heavenly being, but rather a pilot who managed to land his plane on it. What is its name, or what are we talking about? You might think it's named after a heavenly being, but it's actually named after a person who managed to land his plane on it. You have about 20 seconds. Right. What's your answer, Italy?
Niagara.
Sorry?
Niagara.
No passes. EU, do you have a guess? I'm going to be a little quick on the pass.
Pass.
Passes. Brazil?
Pass.
Pass.
Hello? Oh yeah, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, maybe?
Sorry, what?
Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Not the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Team Bharat.
Angel Falls.
Angel Falls. And where is it?
It's near Venezuela, I guess.
It's near Venezuela. And it's Angel Falls.
Angel
as in it's not
a heavenly being, but that's not used for the heavenly being here.
It's not used for the heavenly being. It's a person called Angel who landed his plane. Excellent! 10 points. These are the Angel Falls in Venezuela, the tallest waterfall in the world. And seeing it, many people think it's called Angel Falls because it's falling from the heavens or whatever. But it's actually a person called Angel who landed his plane there, and that's why it's called Angel Falls. Well done, Team Bharat, off the mark. Team number 7, 10 points. Back to the grid. Team 4, EU.
Question number 8.
Question number 8. Your question. Elizabeth Holmes, the founder of this company called Theranos, used to wear a black turtleneck, which is a kind of t-shirt, you can say, because she wanted to look like one of her idols, a legend in the field of technology. Who was she trying to look like? There you go. That's Elizabeth Holmes wearing a black turtleneck.
All right, yeah. Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. And which company did Steve Jobs found?
Apple.
And why was she wearing a black turtleneck?
Because Steve Jobs is famous for always wearing black turtlenecks.
That is very correct. Absolutely true. You got it right. Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, the legendary founder of Apple, as you might know, used to say that I want to spend minimum time in fussing over my wardrobe. And so used to have a collection of black turtlenecks that he would wear, and it became his iconic identity. And Elizabeth Holmes tried to do the same as well. That's a good answer. Team EU, Team 4 get themselves 10 points. Go back to the grid. Team 5.
Question 7, please.
Question 7 for you. Here's question 7. Simple one. In 2023, a Canadian actor became a part owner of the Alpine Formula 1 team. To honor him, driver Esteban Ocon decided to wear a helmet that was designed to look like a superhero that the actor portrays. Either tell us which superhero or who is the actor. Here is Esteban Ocon wearing this helmet.
Deadpool.
Deadpool. And who is the actor?
Do we need to say both?
If you can give me that, that's great. I'm going to still give you the points anyway.
We don't know.
You don't know, but you're sure that the superhero is Deadpool? That is correct. It is Deadpool. And audience, who's the actor? Ryan Reynolds. That's correct. That's Ryan Reynolds, who played the lovable Deadpool, the irreverent superhero character, and he bought into this Formula 1 team. This is the continual trend of sports persons, entertainment personalities buying sports teams. We've seen a lot of examples in our country as well of the same. Great answering. Another plus 10 to Brazil. Team 6. Please pick.
Number 6.
Number 6. All right. Number 6 for you. This is a two-part question. These are two of the stadiums that hosted matches during the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. What objects commonly seen across Qatar inspired the design of these stadiums? So two different stadiums. You need to give me two answers here. 5 points for each correct answer. These are objects commonly seen in Qatar and in that region in general.
So we're gonna guess.
Yeah, please guess.
It's mosques.
Mosques.
Yeah,
okay.
or a mosque. Yeah.
A mosque
and,
for one, and for the other.
And for the other, tents of nomads.
Tents of nomads for the one on the right and mosques for the one on the left.
Yes.
Tents of nomads is absolutely correct. That gets you 5 points, Team 6. It is tents of nomads. Germany get themselves 5 points. The other part still open, Team Bharat.
Are these sand markings?
Sand?
Sand markings, like
sand
the
markings.
deserts.
Good try, not sand markings. Australia?
Is it some kind of dessert?
Some kind of a?
Dessert?
Dessert. No, it's not some kind of a dessert. Either the sandy one or the tasty one. Neither. Netherlands?
A ring?
Ring. Okay, nice try. Not a ring. Singapore?
Pass.
Pass. Saudi?
It's something the men wear. It's called tagiya.
It's called what?
Tagiya.
And what is it?
It's basically headpiece that men wear.
Can you speak a little louder?
It's a headpiece that men wear.
That is good enough. That's the correct answer. It's a cap. It's a headgear that is normally worn in that part of the world. It has multiple names, takia being one of them. And it's a cap, and that's what one stadium was designed to look like, and the second stadium, like Team Germany said, was designed to look like a nomadic tent. Very good. 5 points each to Team 6 and Team 2 on that one. We go back to the grid. Team Bharat, what would you like?
1.
Number 1, all right. The position they're aspiring to be, number 1. Simple one. This is Nadia Comaneci, who is seemingly very pleased with her score at the gymnastics event during the 1972 Summer Olympics in Munich. Explain the error, however, that you see in the visual. She is looking fairly pleased. She has a nice smile on her face. But what's the error in the visual?
The decimals are missing.
Sorry?
The decimals are missing in the score.
The decimals are missing. What do you mean?
In
0.73. Okay, that's what it should be. The decimals were missing and the decimals are missing from that score. I got your answer. I'll pass you on. Australia?
Is it impossible to get a perfect 1?
Okay, so what did she actually score? What's the error in the visual?
The error in the visual is that maybe instead of getting a 1.0, she was meant to get a 0.1.
0.1. Okay, we'll pass you on. Team Netherlands?
Is it that the decimal at the 1.00 doesn't have to be there?
Okay, why? What would it actually be?
100.
100. Okay, passes. Team 1, Singapore. It's quite an interesting question.
Are the lights on top supposed to be green?
The lights on top are supposed to be green? No, that's okay. The lights don't really matter. Saudi?
She got the highest score, which is 10.
She got the highest score, which is 10. And what's the error in the visual?
It says 1 point.
And do you know why it said 1 instead of 10?
The decimal point.
I'll give it to you. That's a fantastic answer. That's absolutely correct. She had scored the first ever perfect 10. You could never score a 10 on 10 in gymnastics in any event ever. She'd scored the perfect 10, but the electronic scoreboard manufacturers had never thought that anybody would score a perfect 10. So they had only a single digit before the decimal. And so when she scored a perfect 10, they didn't know what to do. So the score showed up as 1.00, while it should have actually been 10.00, because nobody had scored a perfect 10 till then. You, Saudi Arabia, have scored a perfect 10 as well. 10 points to you. Great answering. Absolutely right. Very, very well done. That's a terrific answer there. Team 2 getting themselves another 10 points. Back to the grid. Team Australia.
Number 9, please.
Number 9. All right. Number 9 for you. What is the style of high altitude jump called? It shares its name with a highly successful video game franchise released by Microsoft. So you're going to see a little clip on the left. Yeah. Start the timer, please. It's just a one-word answer. So what is the style of high altitude jump called? It shares its name with a highly successful video game franchise released by Microsoft.
Halo. Halo?
Halo, very good. That's the right answer. It is Halo. That is correct. This is the Halo jump. Halo, and of course Halo being a very, very popular video game and clearly globally popular, given that a team from Australia is answering it as well. Well done, Team Australia. 10 points to you. And to conclude this round, Team Netherlands, what number would you like?
Number 4.
Number 4. Number 4 for you. On a state visit to Ethiopia, former US President Barack Obama was introduced to someone over 3 million years older than him. Who is Barack Obama meeting here? I need a name. Who is Barack Obama meeting here? It's a very interesting meeting because he was meeting someone 3 million years older than him. Clock's ticking, 30 seconds more. 15 seconds.
Mammoth.
Sorry?
Mammoth.
Mammoth. Okay, nice try. Not a mammoth. Team 1.
Homo Neanderthal.
Neanderthal. No, passes. Team 2. Little quick on the pass, please.
Pass.
Passing. Team
Lucy.
3. And who or what is Lucy?
Was our ancestor, like an old, yes.
Let's see the answer. That's a very, very good answer, Team 3. This is Lucy. It's the first near-complete skeleton of a human being ever found in the world. And it was named Lucy. And this is the first time we actually were able to see the entire human anatomy of one of our long past ancestors, Lucy. Great answer, Team Italy. That gets you 10 very good points, Team 3. Well done. Great answer. End of the first round, ladies and gentlemen. It's been great so far. Let's give all these teams a big round of applause. And we're doing good on time as well. Exactly 20 minutes for the first round. Let's take a look at the scores. Early days in today's quiz, but good chance to see the score right now. Saudi Arabia in the lead with 25. Brazil right behind with 20. Italy, European Union, Bharat and Australia with 10. And Singapore and Netherlands, the two bookending teams, will score very soon. No worries. That was round 1. We go straight on to round 2. Round 2 is a very interesting round. We'll tell you about it shortly. Round 2 is called C4I. Let me tell you what C4I is in naval parlance. It's a naval acronym which means command, control, communications, computers, and intelligence. So there are 4 C's and intelligence, and you have to do exactly that in this round. We're going to show you 4 visuals. You have to see these visuals. This C is SEEC. You have to see these visuals, apply your intelligence, and come up with an answer. 1 question to each team. We're going to run this in reverse order, anti-clockwise, starting with Netherlands. Questions will not pass. 4 images will appear one after the other. You can choose to guess at any point of time. If you don't know, please ask for the next visual and we'll show you the next visual. There is no negative marking, so you can take 4 guesses on this. Scoring, however, changes. You get 12 points if you answer it right on the first question. 9 points on the second image, 6 points on the third image, and by the time the 4th image comes, I think we expect that you will know the answer, so it's 3 points at that point. And there is no negative marking, so you can guess at every stage. But remember, this round is on a tight clock. We have only 45 seconds, right? We'll show you the first image, and then we'll start your 45 seconds. You have 10 options to pick from in this round, so please go ahead. Team Netherlands, and tell us what choice you'd like to make.
Number 1, please.
Number 1. Get starting straight with number 1. Number 1. Here is a connect from the world of entertainment. Here's your first image. And we'll start your timer now.
Apocalypse movies.
What movies?
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse movies. Incorrect. Here's your second visual. This says Continental Drift.
Disaster movies.
Disaster movies. Incorrect. Passes. Third visual. Dawn of the Dinosaurs. Not apocalypse movies or disaster movies, but you're right that it is movies. So
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. Nice try. Not Jurassic Park. And your final clue.
Ice Age?
Ice Age! That's the right answer. These are movie titles from the Ice Age franchise. These are 4 Ice Age movies. Yeah, well done. 3 points to Team Netherlands, who are on the board. Let's be generous with our applause, ladies and gentlemen. These teams have come from long and far, and we're sitting here in this really surreal location next to the India Gate. So let's make the best of this occasion. Cheer the teams. We go back to the grid. Team Australia, what number would you like?
Number 8, please.
Number 8. Okay, very consistent. Number 8. Here there are no particular clues because we think it's fairly easy by itself, right? So just the connect. First visual.
First letters of the alphabet.
First letters of the alphabet. No. Second visual.
The first 4 letters of the alphabet.
Not just 4 letters of the alphabet. Think a little lateral. Third visual.
The alphabet.
What is your answer?
Letters of the alphabet.
Just the alphabet? No. And the fourth visual.
Blood types.
Blood types. That is the right answer. It is blood types. So you can get tripped up like this. You know, you can take your time and guess. There's 45 seconds. But these are the blood types, as you know. A, B, O, and AB. So some of these can be a little tricky. We tried to, you know, hide some minds here and there. But you will eventually get to the answer like you did. That's another 3 points to Team Australia. Okay, back to the grid. Yes, Team Bharat.
7.
Number 7. Picking your table number. All right. Connect. Fantasy.
Chronicles of Narnia.
Sorry?
Chronicles of Narnia.
Chronicles of Narnia. Nice guess. This is what we thought people would guess seeing the first visual. Here's the second one.
These are Harry Potter houses.
And what would they be?
Gryffindor, there's Hufflepuff.
What are the 2 images we're going to show?
There would be a raven.
There would be a raven, which
And
would be for?
It would be for Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw.
And there would be a snake, Slytherin.
There would be a snake for Slytherin, you say? All right. Who are we to dispute you? You're absolutely right. These are the Hogwarts schoolhouses from Harry Potter and their respective house symbols or animals. The lion for Gryffindor, the badger for Hufflepuff. Those are the 2 things you saw and then got to the answer. We had the Ravenclaw raven and the Slytherin snake as well. Excellent answering, Team Bharat. 9 points to you. Very well done. 9 points to Team Bharat there. Back to the grid. Yes, Team Germany.
Number 6, please.
Number 6. Okay, connect. Religion. You have to be a little lateral over here. Take the name. You'll see, you're going to see 4 people. You have to take their names and then give us a connection. The connection is not between the people themselves. It's to do with their names, right? First visual, please. This actor.
Pass. Next one.
Next one. Okay. This entrepreneur.
Jews.
Sorry?
So, I think the answer.
You're saying they're Jews?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll show you the next. That's not correct. The next visual. This character. Think a little laterally. Come up with their names. The name of the actor, the name of that entrepreneur, the name of the character, and put it all together. You have 10 seconds. Do you want the 4th clue?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4th clue, please. And this musician. Time for one final answer. Team Germany?
No clue. I don't know.
I'll help you along and say this is a finite kind of list of 4. I'll give you one last chance to guess. It's a list of 4. Take their names. Try to make a guess.
Is it the prophets from the? So it's Mark. John. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna guess it's the prophets from the Bible.
I'll give it to you. That is good enough. Take your points. That's why I wanted you to. These are actually the 4 Gospels, as they're called. The 4 prophets is close enough. Matthew, Mark. That was Matthew Perry, the actor who unfortunately passed away very recently. Mark Zuckerberg, Luke Skywalker, and John Lennon. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. The 4 Gospels in the New Testament or the Bible. That's well done, Team Germany. That's 3 points to you on that one. Come on, guys. Let's. Yep.
5,
what
please.
number? 5. Number 5. Connect. It's a chemistry connect.
Pass.
Lise Meitner. You pass on Lise Meitner?
No.
You want the next one?
Yes, the next one.
Next one. Marie and
Radioactive.
Pierre
Radioactive.
Curie. Not radioactive. Next one. Alfred Nobel.
Nobel Prize.
Not Nobel Prize. And the final one. Albert Einstein. It's a chemistry connection. And this time I'll tell you, it is not a finite list. There are more people whose names you could add to a list like this for this connection. There are 4, now 5 people whom you see here. What's common? And just to help you along, the connection you will arrive at if you look at their surnames. So look at Meitner, Curie, Nobel, and Einstein. And think of a chemistry connection.
They found out about elements. They discovered elements.
Go on. Give me something a little better.
What do you mean?
Can you change your answer slightly? You said they discovered elements, right?
They all worked with the same elements, and the same elements, they all worked with the same elements.
They all worked with the same elements. I'm sorry, I can't give that to you. Audience, do you want to try? The elements there are elements named after them. That's the right answer. There are a bunch of chemical elements named after people. These are 4 such people. Lise Meitner, Meitnerium, Einsteinium, Curium, and Nobelium. Right? So this is elements named after the people. Not that they necessarily discovered those elements, but the elements were named after the people. Well done, audience. Good answering. Well done. Tough luck, Brazil. Okay, EU.
Question number 3, please.
Question number 3. Sports connection for you. I'm sure you must be very happy. Generic image. We don't need take the image generically, not for the name of the
Winners
person.
of World Cup.
Winners of
Countries that won World Cup.
Sorry?
Countries that won the World Cup.
Countries that have won the World Cup. Incorrect. Wrong sport as well.
They won the European Cup.
They
Countries
won
that
the European Cup. No, not correct. Third one. Again, generic image. Quickly, last.
Chess.
Sorry?
Chess.
Why chess?
Queen, a king, and a knight.
Queen, that's actually a castle, which is a term in
right,
chess.
fair enough.
A knight.
Chess.
And the 4th one is a bishop, and it is chess. Just in the nick of time, you got it. That was Queen Camilla. That's the queen. That's the Neuschwanstein Castle, which is the basis for the Disney logo. That's castle. That's a generic knight, and that's a bishop. Bishop Jose Luis Sierra. So terms used in chess, that gets 6 points to the European Union on team number 3. Team number 4, beg your pardon. Team 4 gets 6 points. Yes, Italy.
Number 4.
Number 4. Connect. And we've given you a little bit of an extra clue. Animals in history. A person and a name. Old Bob. You want the next one?
Yes.
Yep, next. Another person, well-known person, and a name Kantaka.
The next, please.
Next. A great ruler. And Bucephalus.
Horses.
What about the horses?
Because Bucephalus was the horse of Alexander the Great.
And so you're saying all those names are names of horses of these people? Who's the first person on the top left?
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. Who's the person on the right?
Siddhartha Gautama.
Siddhartha Gautama. This is Alexander. And the fourth one you're going to see is Marengo. And who do you think that is?
The horse of Napoleon.
The horse of Napoleon. Wonderful answer. Absolutely right. These are horses that these people owned or were associated with them. Abraham Lincoln had a horse called Old Bob. Siddhartha Gautama Buddha had a horse called Kantaka. Alexander the Great had a horse called Bucephalus, who was his constant companion in battle. And Napoleon very famously had the horse called Marengo. And there you see a lovely painting there by a painter called Jacques-Louis David, called Napoleon Crossing the Alps. And that's the painting featuring his legendary horse Marengo. Wonderful answering. Again answered after 3 visuals. So good 6 points to Team Italy. I think that was a tough question. So a better round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Team Saudi.
2.
2? Okay. Connect. Science Connect. Isaac Newton.
Laws.
Laws. Nice guess. Second one. William Thomson, but we know him under another name.
Physicist.
Physicist. Incorrect. I mean, as in not what we're looking for. Daniel F. Deliberately not given you his second name. If you can figure out what that F is, that will get you to the answer. Or you can ask for your last clue. There are only 5 seconds left.
Forces.
Forces?
Yeah.
No, incorrect. Last clue. Anders Celsius. Come on, simple one now. What's the connection?
Is it units of measurement?
Of what? Units of measurement of what? Come on, just complete your answer.
Measurements of forces.
It's one common connection between the 4. You have the last person's name. Think of what that F could be, right? And just give me one connection. As you can see, I'm doing my best to make sure teams get points. Team Saudi, come on, complete your answer, please. I can't give it to you at this point for units of measurement. You have to give me one more word somewhere.
It's like representations of forces. So it's like for temperature, Celsius, and Fahrenheit.
Yes, temperature. That's the word I wanted. Thank you very much. All of these are temperature scales. You may not know, but there is a temperature scale named after Newton as well. William Thomson, whom you saw there, is better known as Lord Kelvin. That's the Kelvin scale. That was Anders Celsius, the Swede whom you saw at the end. But there was also Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit, who was a Danish scientist. And these are all temperature scales. We finally got the answer out of you. 3 points to Team 2, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Singapore, 9 or 10?
10.
10. Connect. Again, no specific clues offered at this point. Yeah. Look at the entirety of the image, especially the background of the image, carefully.
Next picture.
Next picture. I'm looking for a specific answer. A specific answer that's seen in both these images. Shall I give you the next one?
Yes.
Yes. Third one. There you go.
Lighthouses.
Lighthouses. No. Fourth
Next
one.
Comets.
Be specific.
Halley's Comet.
Halley's Comet. That's all it was. Halley's Comet. Those were the years, as you know, the Halley's Comet comes in various cycles. Those were the years that the Halley's Comet has been sighted. And these were images or photographs of the Halley's Comet. Very interestingly, the legendary American writer Mark Twain was born in the year the Halley's Comet came, and he said, I came in with the comet and I shall go out with it. And true to his own prediction, he died at the age of 76 when the Halley's Comet came back again. Great answering. 3 points to Team 1, Singapore. And that's the end of this rather innovative round where teams had to really put 4 things together, apply their intelligence, see for eye, and come up with the answers. 2 rounds done. Let's take a look at the scores. Here we go. All right. Saudi Arabia maintaining their lead on 28 points. Bharat have come right back. They are on 19 with that excellent answer on the Harry Potter houses. Italy and EU are, Brazil are on 20 points. I beg your pardon. So Brazil in runner-up spot. Bharat in third spot. The top 3 teams get some amazing prizes. And we have European Union and Italy not too far behind. And Singapore and Netherlands are on the board, as is Germany. Let me tell you a little bit about the prizes apart from the amazing experience that they've been having here. All of the teams that took part in the national rounds and the international rounds received a Samsung Galaxy S6 Tab and an Apple Mini HomePod. Each one of them, right? The international participants, as a mark of our hospitality and to remember their trip, also get 2 very beautiful cultural artifacts from India, custom made. One is a replica of the Konark Sun Wheel, which, as you all know, is historic and important and holds special importance for the G20 because our Honorable Prime Minister has used that as a backdrop during the G20 summit. They've got a really antiquated piece of that, made to look like a true antique, and a lovely elephant, handcrafted elephant, you can say elephant artifact that they can all take back and keep in their homes. And the mentors of all these teams who have come together have been felicitated as well. And the Indian mentors have got a beautiful replica of the Ashok's thumb, the national emblem of India. Those have been the amazing prizes. I'm telling you this because not only is the G20THINQ one of India's largest school quizzes, it's a truly unique international event, but it also has among the best prize money of any quiz that you can really look at. So a big round of applause on that to the Nava and the Indian Navy and to all our sponsors. Thank you very, very much for your support. 2 rounds done. We go into round 3 now. Round 3 is Uncharted Waters. This is where you don't know what's going to come. You have to navigate your way very carefully, play your strategies correctly, and wipe the grid, as we call it. So you will get a grid. You'll first pick a number. That will take you to a grid which has 10 images, 6 of which are correct, 4 of which are wrong. 3 points per correct answer. But the moment you give a wrong answer, you get a -3 and your attempt ends. If you give a wrong answer as your very first guess, your score will be -3, which I hope will not happen. If you give a wrong answer after, say, 3 correct answers, you'll get 3 into 3, 9 points, -3, so 6 points, and your attempt stops. You can choose to just quit at any point of time. If you've gotten 3 answers and you think that you're very sure of those 3 answers, you can stop and say you want to take home 9 points. Clear? So let's go to our starting grid. We are now going clockwise. So Singapore.
6.
Number 6. You have 75 seconds of time, Singapore, on trying to identify the recipients of the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature.
Spirited Away.
Spirited Away. Correct.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Say it along with the number so that there's no confusion.
Number 6, Up.
Number 6, Up. That's correct. That's 3 correct out of 6.
Number 5, The Incredibles.
Number 5, The Incredibles. That is correct as well. You got 4 correct. Play carefully now because you have 12 points in the bank.
Number 10, Inside Out.
Number 10, Inside Out. Excellent. 5
Number
correct.
Number 8, Coco.
And?
Number 8, Coco.
Number 8, Coco. Full house. Brilliantly done. 20 points. Let's stay on this grid. Let me tell you, the Isle of Dogs was made using stop motion. So it didn't qualify for an animated film. The same with Fantastic Mr. Fox. Kung Fu Panda, much against people's expectations, did not win Best Animated Feature. And Snow White, very interestingly, won a lot of Oscars, but there was no Best Animated Feature category at the Oscars in those years. But excellently done, Team Singapore. Great comeback into the quiz. 20 points to you. You get a 2-point bonus because you got all 6 correct. And your cheering squad is going to lose its voice at this rate, but well done to you. Team Saudi.
3.
Number 3. 75 seconds for you, Team Saudi, to tell us who among these are Nobel Prize in Literature recipients. Yeah, please start.
8, The Alchemist.
8?
8,
Paulo Coelho?
Yeah.
8. Oops, I am sorry, Saudi Arabia. You picked the wrong answer straight up. It's not Paulo Coelho. He is one of the 4 people on this list who hasn't won. I'm sorry about that. That will get you a -3 in this round. The correct answers are... Anyone else on stage? You want to give out some answers?
Rudyard Kipling.
Rudyard Kipling, correct. The India-born English writer Rudyard Kipling.
E.M. Forster.
E.M. Forster, again, who wrote Passage to India. Incorrect. Good you didn't play. Yeah. Orhan Pamuk, the Turkish writer who's written extensively about Istanbul. The amazing South American writer Gabriel Garcia Marquez, who writes magic realism. Alice Walker, who wrote The Color Purple and several other works of literature about... American angst, very broadly. Very interestingly, Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill, we know him as a great leader and commander of troops, but he won the Nobel Prize in Literature for a lot of the works that he wrote, chronicling World War experiences. Paulo Coelho, unfortunately, very popular author, but did not win the Nobel Peace Prize. And Kazuo Ishiguro, the Japanese author, is also a recipient. Ian Fleming wrote the James Bond books, isn't? Neither is Salman Rushdie, the India-born author who's been very much in the news. So unfortunately, Team Saudi, -3 for you. No problems. Long way to go in the quiz.
Number 8.
Number 8 for Italy. Which among these are the Caribbean countries?
Cuba. Cuba.
Correct. Give me the number so that it's easier. Cuba's right.
9.
Number 9, Trinidad and Tobago. Correct.
Two.
Number 2, Antigua and Barbuda. Correct. Keep an eye on the time.
Barbados.
Sorry?
4.
Number 4, Barbados. Correct. That's 4
Jamaica.
correct.
1.
Number 1, Jamaica. Correct. You got 5 answers right. Decide if you want to go for the last one. You have only 2 seconds.
10.
Number 10, St. Lucia is right. Just in time, Italy. Just in time. Kiribati is an island in the Pacific, as is Palau, Tuvalu as well, and the Marshall Islands. Right? So the other 6 are the Caribbean countries. Not all of them play cricket, but it is the Caribbean countries. So very well done. Pulled out in the nick of time. 20 points to Team Italy. Very well done. All 6 correct. Okay, EU. Let's do the dance.
5.
5. Companies acquired by Google, which is now called Alphabet.
Number 2, number 7.
Slow, slow. The team at the back end is not as fast as you are. Number 2, number 7, correct.
Skype, number 3.
Skype, number 3. Oops, is incorrect. Skype was acquired by Microsoft. So that's incorrect. I'm sorry. Team 4, you will end with 3 points in this round. 2 correct answers, 1 wrong answer. 3 points to you. Now if you want to pick some more, what would you like to pick? No more points, but just so that we close it.
I don't know, Picasa, number 6.
Picasa's right. Yeah, Google Picasa.
Nest Labs, number 5.
Nest Labs. That's correct. Why didn't you pick all these before? Nest Labs, Picasa.
I don't know, number 9, GitHub.
Number 9, GitHub. Nope, that's also a Microsoft acquisition. Let me help you with this. As is LinkedIn, is also a Microsoft company now. As is Activision. So Fitbit is actually owned by Google. And Motorola Mobility, all Motorola mobile phones today are actually made by Google. Right? So 3 points to Team EU and something new that you've learnt, which is always the more important thing. Brazil.
Number 7.
Number 7. Tallest mountains on each continent excluding Antarctica.
2, Everest.
2, Everest, the simple one in Asia, correct?
9, Kilimanjaro.
9, Kilimanjaro, the tallest mountain in Africa, correct? Thirty seconds.
8, Elbrus.
Number 8, Elbrus. Well done. It's in Russia. It's the tallest mountain in Europe.
We'll stop here.
You'll stop here. Good strategy. Well done. You're stopping here. 9 points to you. Very well done. Well played. Very clever. They weren't sure of the next one. Why take a 3-point hit? 9 points, but if you have to guess 3 more.
I would guess 6, Olympus.
6, Olympus would have been incorrect. Olympus is also in Europe, remember?
Number 1.
Number 1, Kosciuszko. That is correct. That's the tallest mountain in Australia.
Number 4.
Number 4, Denali, also called Mount McKinley. That's the tallest mountain in North America. And what's the tallest mountain in South America?
Number 3.
Number 3, Chimborazo. Incorrect. It is in South America, but the tallest mountain in South America is Mount Aconcagua. Right? So, good one. 3 correct. 9 points. Nicely done to Team Brazil. Yes, Team Germany.
Number 4, please.
Number 4. Tell us the moons of Jupiter.
Europa or Europa?
I'm not able
number 4, sorry. Yeah, number 4. Just
Number 4, Europa. All right, correct.
number 8.
Number 8, Sharon. Oops, I am sorry, that is incorrect. Number 8, Sharon is wrong. You will end with no points in this round. But, you know, just so that we gain some knowledge, can we pick some others? You want to pick?
Probably number 2.
Number 2, Callisto, that's correct.
Number 3.
Number 3, Ganymede, that's also correct.
Number 1.
Number 1, Io, that is also correct.
And number 7, maybe?
Number 7, Miranda, incorrect. 5 and 6 are the other two correct answers. 7, 8, 9 and 10 in this case were all wrong. The last two, Phobos and Deimos, are the moons of Mars, right? The others are the moons of Jupiter. Some of them are bigger than other planets. Io, for example, is a very large moon, and Europa has, they say, some traces of water and so on. But no points there to Germany, no problems, no negatives, no points. Team Bharat?
2.
Number 2. Okay. Your art knowledge, Team Bharat, will put you in good stead. Tell us the artworks by Pablo Picasso. You picked the toughie of the set.
2.
Number 2, the old guitarist. Very good. She has a very distinctive style, so if you get one, you can get a lot of it.
1.
Number 1, two girls reading. Excellent.
5.
Number 5, number 5, composition A. Oops, I am sorry. That is incorrect. Composition A is by a painter called Piet Mondrian, not by Pablo Picasso. Which other paintings do you think look roughly like this?
9.
9, Don Quixote. Yes, you should have gone for that.
7.
7 is very famous painting, Guernica. That is correct. It hangs in the United Nations, in fact.
4.
4, Woman with a Fan. See, it looks all very similar. You could have gone for all of these.
6.
And the only one that's a little out of thing is 8, Science and Charity. Let me give you the painters for the other paintings. Girl with a Pearl Earring is by Johannes Vermeer. Composition A by Piet Mondrian. Las Meninas by Diego Velázquez. And The Kiss by Gustav Klimt. Right? Something new to learn. Art is not a subject that's extensively taught in school. So this is a chance for you to know and appreciate the great artists. Tough luck. You get 3 points in that round. Team Bharat. You picked a little bit of a minefield. But yeah, Australia, go for it.
Number 9, please.
Number 9 for you. Tell us which of these are bears, which is they're actually members of the Ursidae family.
Five.
5, brown bear, correct.
10.
10, polar bear, correct. You might know that the words Arctic and Antarctic come from Arctus,
3.
which is bear. Sorry, go ahead.
3.
3, giant panda. Very good answer. That was the tricky one.
6.
Number 6, the sun bear. Very good. That is correct as well. You got 4 correct. Remember, you can stop whenever you'd like.
9.
Number 9, the sloth bear is correct as well. Found in India too, sloth bear. 5 correct. 15 points in the bag. Final 5 seconds. Last chance. Time is up. Time is up. 15 points to you, Team Australia. Well done. And what is the last one you would pick?
Number 4.
Number 4. Would have been right. That would have gotten you the full bonus. You got all 6 absolutely right. The water bear is something called the tardigrade. The koala bear is a marsupial. It's not a bear. The red panda belongs to the raccoon family. The red panda is also called the firefox. And the bear cat has a very interesting name. It's neither a bear nor a cat. Right? Well done. 15 points to you, Team Australia. This round is kind of changing the leaderboard around quite a bit. Yes, Netherlands.
Number 1, please.
Number 1 for you. Sports, multiple Formula 1 world champions, which is they've won the Formula 1 world championship multiple times.
Number 9.
Number 9, Max Verstappen, of course. Reigning champion.
Number 1.
Number 1, Juan Manuel Fangio from Argentina. That's correct. Well done.
Number 6.
Number 6, Denny Hun. I am sorry, is incorrect, has won only one season. I'm sorry, you should have gone for the little more obvious ones. You want to pick, you get 3 points in this round. You want to pick some more names?
Number 5.
Number 5, Alonso. Yes.
Number 10.
Number 10, Mika Hakkinen. Yes.
Number 4.
Number 4, James Hunt. Nope, one season winner.
Number 8.
Number 8, Senna, all-time great. Right above him, Sebastian Vettel, who dominated season after season in the last decade. And Keke Rosberg, incorrect, one season winner. Daniel Ricciardo has never won so far. So tough luck, 3 points to you. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 rounds out of the 5 rounds are done in the international finale of G20. Thank you. Hope you're enjoying it so far. It's been a great battle with these 9 wonderful teams. Time to take a look at the leaderboard, which has moved quite a bit after this round, because this round was a big game changer. Uncharted waters, proving to be choppy for some teams, proving to be smooth sailing for some teams. Here is the leaderboard. In the lead, Team Italy with 36 points. And right behind them now are Australia with 28 points. Oh, sorry, Brazil on 29 points. Brazil on 29. Australia on 28. Saudi Arabia on 25. Singapore on 23. Bharat on 22. The European Union on 19. Germany on 8. Netherlands on 6. It's really anybody's game. Very, very close contest. Very close. Let's go back to our quiz. The next round is the Vasudhaiva kutumbakam round. A little behind schedule, so we'll catch up on some time. This is, of course, the G20 round, and we're once again very honored and thankful to have the Indian Sherpa, Sri Amitabh Kant over here. Vasudhaiva kutumbakam has been the cornerstone of India's presidency at the G20. And how it works is that there is a grid with 21 countries as options. Spin the grid and we're going to take you on a little aeroplane journey to that country. And you will get a question. You cannot choose your own country, right? You cannot choose your own country. You can choose anything else. Questions will pass anti-clockwise, starting with Team 9. 10 points for a correct answer. Part points at my discretion. All right, go to the grid. Let's get the plane to take off, do its circle, and the presidency rests with India, so here we are in India. And now here is our chance to go on a journey. Team Netherlands, what country would you like to pick?
Germany, please.
Germany for you, all right. People picking their neighbors, so Germany. Let's take you on a ride to Germany. Yeah, this is not like a jumbo jet. It's a slightly slow plane, so it'll take some time to come and land, right? But there we are in Germany, and here is your question. These are specially designed devices that are today's star attractions at a memorial site and museum in Bonn, dedicated to a famous individual. What kind of devices are these? 5 points. And for whom were these devices created? A very, very famous individual from Germany. Famous individual broadly from the world of entertainment, if you take entertainment very broadly. I'll also add a clue. It's very funny or very ironic that a person like him had to use a device like this.
Was it created for Beethoven?
For Beethoven, and what are these?
Hearing aids?
Hearing aids for Beethoven, because Beethoven was a great classical musician, but he was actually going partially deaf. Wonderful answer, Team Netherlands. Absolute cracker of an answer. Very well done. These are hearing aids for Ludwig van Beethoven, the great musician, because towards the end of his life, he was going deaf and he would actually sit on the floor and feel the vibrations and compose his music using that, just to show that, nothing is a limitation in your life. Very inspiring. Great answer. Netherlands, 10 points to you. Australia, what would you like to pick?
Britain, please.
Sorry?
Britain, please.
Britain. Okay. UK or Britain for you, going all the way across the world, from down under to Britain. Let's land in the wonderful Isle of Britain and give you the Britain question, or the UK question. Here we go. Queen Kong is a parody of the King Kong films, with the giant gorilla visiting London instead of New York, and therefore Queen Kong. Which tourist attraction replaced the Empire State Building in the final scene? This tourist attraction underwent an extensive renovation project which was completed in 2022.
The Big Ben.
The Big Ben? What is the Big Ben?
It's like a big clock tower thing.
It's a big clock tower. So in the final scene of the King Kong films, you see King Kong at the Empire State Building. In the final scene of the Queen Kong films, you see the gorilla at the Big Ben. Very good. Big clock tower, the Big Ben. Well done. 10 good points to you, Australia. Big Ben, well cracked. Team Bharat. You can't pick the India question, you can pick anything else.
Turkey.
Turkey. All right, interesting choice. Great place to visit, I must say. Short flight, and you are in Turkey. The actual flight will not go around the globe, it will just go from India to Turkey. Here's your question. We're going to see two images of two buildings in different country. Not in Turkey, but which attraction inspired the design of these two buildings? These two buildings, incidentally, are both in Greece. But what attraction from Turkey inspired the design of these two buildings?
Hagia Sophia.
And what is the Hagia Sophia, do you know?
Hagia Sophia is, it was a church earlier, then converted into a museum, and then a mosque.
A church converted into a museum, then a mosque, now a major tourist attraction in Istanbul. The Hagia Sophia, absolutely right. Well done. And those, the Hagia Sophia is a kind of generic name for a type of building, and those are also called Hagia Sophia as a variants of that. They're found in Greece. Well done. 10 points to you. Well picked, cleverly picked by Team Bharat. Team Germany, what would you like?
The United States of America.
The United States of America. Why not? The United States of America for you. Let's go all the way to the United States of America. Assuming you got your visa to get there. Here we are, landing at the United States of America. The popular story involving this scientist's work with electricity has largely been disputed. The primary reason being he would likely have not survived it. He, however, did attempt several experiments with lightning rods. Which scientist is this? And as a clue, we don't necessarily know him only as a scientist.
Nikola Tesla.
Nikola Tesla, not Nikola Tesla, I'm sorry. We'll move it on. Brazil.
Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison, nice try. Not Thomas Edison, passes.
Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin, fantastic answer. This is Benjamin Franklin. There is this famous story that Benjamin Franklin did an experiment with a kite, and that's how he discovered electricity when there was thunder and lightning. If he had actually done that, he would not have survived to tell the tale. He did do a lot of other experiments though. He is one of the founding fathers of the United States of America, was a statesman, scholar, writer, scientist, inventor, innovator, true polymath of his times. 10 very good points to the EU. Good answer there. Round of applause to them. 10 points to the EU on Benjamin Franklin. Team Brazil.
France.
France. Brazil picking France. Their long-time rivals on the football field. All right, there we go. To France. Here's your question. Simple one. Which sporting venue that also gives its name to an annual event, a sporting event, was named in honor of this aviation pioneer? It's a sporting venue in France. The tournament that's held at the sporting venue is also known by the same name. Which is the name of this aviation pioneer? He was one of the early fighter pilots, ace fighter pilots of France. Into the mic. Just give us his name, 2 words. Think of a famous sporting tournament that happens every year in France. It's an annual tournament. No negative marking, so please make a guess.
Santos Dumont. Santos Dumont.
Okay, nice try. Not Santos Dumont. Passes.
Roland Garros.
Roland Garros. And what is Roland Garros?
It's a tennis.
The French Open tennis tournament. Roland Garros. Roland Garros is named after this aviation pioneer, the fighter pilot ace, Roland Garros. And while the venue is technically called Roland Garros, it's just become a tradition to call the French Open the Roland Garros. It's the colloquial name for the French Open. 2 in a row for the European Union. 10 points again. European Union picking India. Are you? No? I just said you're picking India. I'm just joking. Just pick. No, you didn't pick. Just. No, joking. Just go back to the grid, please. Yeah, we'll go back to the grid. Sorry, I think I was just making a joke. The team took it seriously.
Russia.
All right. Russia for you. There we go along to Russia. We can stop anywhere. It's a huge country. All right. Here's your question on Russia. Identify this athlete in action. In 2005, she became the first woman to clear the 5-meter mark in her event.
Anastasia.
Anastasia what? Nicely trying to make up a name. Yeah, so make it up fully. Make up the surname as well, since you've made up the first name. No, it's not Anastasia, so I'll pass you in the interest of time.
Pass.
Pass. Saudi?
Pass.
Pass. Singapore?
Pass.
Netherlands?
Pass.
Australia?
Pass.
Pass. Bharat?
Pass.
Forgotten. Okay. Germany?
Pass.
Pass. All right. Brazil?
Pass.
One of the few questions that's passed everyone, audience. Yelena Isinbayeva, absolutely right. Yelena Isinbayeva, the famous pole vaulter. Yelena Isinbayeva. Okay, you got 2 of others' questions, but you missed your own question. That's how it rolls. EU, no problem. Let's go quickly. Italy.
Argentina.
Argentina. Question for you on Argentina. Here it comes. Argentina and Uruguay jointly hold a UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage honor for a particular dance form. Which dance form? It's very apt that 2 countries own the honor.
Tango.
Why would you say tango?
Because he's an Argentinian.
Because that looks like the tango, and it takes 2 to tango. You're right, it is the tango. That's why it's very interesting that 2 countries jointly have the UNESCO World Heritage Site list. 2 to tango. Well done. 10 points to Italy. Saudi Arabia, what would you like? India is also available as an option, by the way. We'll figure it out. It just disappeared.
South Korea.
South Korea. All right. South Korea for you. Your South Korean friends are eagerly waiting to see if you get this answer right. Republic of Korea, here's your question. This martial art was officially inducted as an Olympic medal sport at the 2000 Summer Olympic Games in Sydney. Which martial art whose name translates to the art of kicking and punching in Korean?
Judo.
Judo, not judo.
Taekwondo.
Taekwondo, that is correct. As simple as Taekwondo. Taekwondo means kicking and punching. It's an Olympic medal sport. Taekwondo. All right, Singapore, your pick.
European Union.
European Union. All right, European Union question for you to conclude this round. We should be on time now to finish by 18:30 hours in 10 minutes from now, because we have the quick salvos for the final round. But meanwhile, here is the last question of this round on the European Union. What is the name of the area that this map shows? It was named after a commune in Luxembourg where an important agreement took place in 1985.
Schengen area.
And why? What is Schengen?
Because it's no borders, so you don't need to get your passport or visa to travel through them.
Very good. That is correct. This is the Schengen Agreement in Luxembourg, which gives you the Schengen areas. And Schengen means, as you know, a single visa, borderless within those countries. Schengen, you might have wondered what that word is. It's the name of an actual place in Luxembourg where the agreement was signed. Excellent answer, Singapore. 2 in a row, 10 points to you. This might have changed the leaderboard substantively again. Let's take one penultimate look at our leaderboard before we go into our very exciting last round. Right, time to pull up the scores. Scores have moved back and forth again, but Italy are still in the lead with 46. But now in second place are Singapore with 43. Australia in third place with, European Union in third place with 39. Australia a point behind on 38. Bharat within striking distance at 32. Brazil on 29. Saudi Arabia on 25 and the Netherlands on 16. Wow, how things change. All right. We're going to go to the final round of this quiz, ladies and gentlemen, and that round is called Quick Salvo. So in this round, this is what we call a rapid fire round. 8 questions and 60 seconds for the teams. Pass if you don't know the answer. We'll go in, we've done 2 rounds, one clockwise, 2 rounds anti-clockwise. So we're going to go in alphabetical order right now of countries. We anyway have a dedicated set for each country. I already told you the first question in the set will be a question about the G20. And the last question in the set will be a question from your own home country. If you don't know, quickly say pass so that we can go to the next question and we can come back to it if we still have time. All right, 3 points per correct answer and no bonuses of any kind. So 24 points if you get 8 questions correct. But that will be dependent on whether we get 60 minutes. All right, let's go. First, the first attempt in this round goes to Team Australia in alphabetical order. Team Australia. Okay, Team Australia, if you're ready, please stay on the mic. We'll start your timer. Now, India invited 3 countries from the Middle East to the G20, the 2023 G20 summit. If Egypt and Oman are 2 of them, which is the third?
Turkey?
Not Turkey. Mutaz Bashim and Gianmarco Tamberi shared gold at what event during the 2020 Tokyo Olympics?
Pole vaulting?
Not pole vaulting. Which branch of mathematics whose invention is credited to Newton and Leibniz involves the study of
Calculus.
derivatives and angles?
Calculus.
Is correct. Poe, tigress, monkey, crane, viper and mantis will appear in which martial arts animated film in 2024?
Kung Fu Panda?
Correct. Which tourist destination in New York City is named after a newspaper that set up offices there in 1904?
Times Square?
Is correct. Which activist is popularly called the first lady of civil rights for refusing to give up a seat on a bus?
Rosa Parks?
Is correct. Which species of primate did Jane Goodall study?
Apes?
Incorrect. Which luxury train travels between Adelaide and Darwin? It references a country near India. And your time is up. All right, let's see the answers now. Yeah, so the third country was the UAE. The joint medal was at the high jump. You got calculus right, Kung Fu Panda right, Times Square correct, Rosa Parks correct. You said apes, it was specifically the chimpanzee. And the train is called the Ghan, after Afghans, because originally camels were on that route from Afghanistan. And so the train is called the Ghan. 3 into 4, 12 points to Team Australia. We have a little bit of time, so back-end team, if there is a small glitch of any kind and you want to fix it, we can take a minute and do some other messages. Can you not share the screen, please? I mean, yeah. Just double check if that timer is working, please. Yeah, now it's okay. Please go into slideshow mode. Yes, thank you. All right, so that was Team Australia's questions. Can we go next to the next team? So Team Australia, 12 points. Next team. Okay, in order. Team Bharat. Let's hear it and cheer for our Team Bharat. Team Bharat. Your 60 seconds of time starting now. In which US city known for the steel industry was the third G20 summit held?
Pass.
In 2022, who became the youngest player in history to reach world number 1 on the men's ATP
Carlos
rankings?
Alcaraz.
Correct. Photograph 51 is an X-ray diffraction image of DNA. What Nobel Prize winning discovery did it lead to? Or how is the DNA shaped?
Double helix.
Correct. Lupita Nyong'o got to exercise her knowledge of Spanish in which 2022 MCU film?
Pass.
What grassland ecosystem seen in Africa gets its name from a Spanish
Savannah.
word that means treeless grassland? Correct. Despite its name, which conflict is said to have lasted between 1137 and 1453?
Pass.
Which breed of dog is named for a Mexican state?
Chihuahua.
Correct. Shakti, a tigress in a light blue uniform, was mascot for which tournament that began in 2023?
Pass.
Okay, you have some time remaining. You want to try any of the other questions?
Four.
No, I haven't
The
got any
Marvels.
more answers from you.
The
Time
Marvels.
is up. Time is up. All right. Let's see your answers, Team Bharat. The US city was Pittsburgh. Carlos Alcaraz, you got. Double Helix, you got. The movie was the second Black Panther film, Wakanda Forever. Savannah, you got. It's actually the 100 Years' War, even though it did not last 100 years. The Chihuahua, named after the smallest dog in the world, is named after a Mexican state. And the WPL, or the Women's Premier League. That's 9 points to Team Bharat. You got 4 correct? Alcaraz, Double Helix, Savannah, and Chihuahua. Okay, 4 correct, 12 points. 4 out of 8, 12 points. All right, next, Team Brazil. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. The 2023 G20 saw the members adopting a roadmap to regulate what digital payment instrument?
Pix.
Incorrect. If Jeff Hurst was the first to score a penalty at the FIFA World Cup final, who was the second player in 2022?
Skip.
Skip. What is the SI unit of electrical current? It's named after a French scientist.
Ampere.
Is correct. The Eras Tour is a 2023 film about singers. Which singer's most recent concert tour?
Taylor Swift.
Correct. Arica is a town in Chile that receives the least rainfall per annum. Which desert surrounds it?
Atacama Desert.
Correct. Which Norwegian explorer was the first to reach the South Pole?
Skip.
Scotty is the largest known fossil of what kind of huge dinosaur?
Skip.
What annual celebration in Brazil begins on Friday preceding Lent and ends on Ash Wednesday?
Carnival.
Is correct. You want to try any of the other questions? Question 1, question 2. Time is up. Time is up. First answer, cryptocurrency. The second penalty scorer was Kylian Mbappe of France. Ampere, Taylor Swift and Atacama you got right. The first to reach the South Pole was Roald Amundsen, just beating out Captain Scott. It was the Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Rio Carnival. 4 correct answers again for you. 12 points, Team Brazil. All right, Team EU, your turn coming up. Hold on. Yeah, Team EU, if you're ready, your time starts now. The Declaration of Culture was made during the 2021 G20 summit in Italy. At which monument was the declaration made?
Colosseum.
Is correct. Jonas Vingegaard was the 2023 winner of which annual cycling race?
Tour de France.
Is correct. Which chemical element is represented by W?
Pass.
Pass, pass.
Pass. Which superhero that was shown on screen in 2023 film goes by Barry Allen?
Shazam.
No, incorrect. Located in Siberia, what is the deepest lake in the world?
Pass.
At which battle was Napoleon defeated by a coalition led by the Duke of Wellington?
Pass.
The peregrine is the fastest bird in the world. What type of bird is it?
A falcon.
Correct. Valletta is the capital of which island nation in the European Union?
Malta.
Is correct.
For number 4, Captain Marvel.
Not Captain Marvel. You can't take multiple guesses on the same question. You haven't answered number 3. Time is up. Time is up. Let's see your answers. Colosseum is correct. Very good answer. Tour de France is correct. The element was tungsten, which is also called wolfram. The Barry Allen is the flash. The deepest lake is Lake Baikal. The famous battle is the Battle of Waterloo in current-day Belgium. The peregrine is the falcon, and the Valletta is the capital of Malta. So you got Colosseum, Tour de France, Falcon and Malta. So once again, 4 correct answers. 12 points to you. Next, please. Team Germany. All right. Team Germany?
Yeah.
Your questions start now. NEPAD, an invitee to the G20, is an organization targeted at developing economic relationships for which continent?
Skip.
Sorry?
Skip.
Skip. Which NBA team does Steph Curry play for?
Golden State Warriors.
Correct. After which German scientist is the standard air gas burner named?
Bunsen.
Correct. Which god of mischief does Tom Hiddleston play in the MCU?
Skip.
Skip. Which South American capital city's name is a tribute to the central latitude that passes through it?
Equator.
I need the city. What did you say?
Ecuador.
Not Ecuador.
Skip.
Ban Ki-moon succeeded which Ghanaian diplomat as the Secretary General of the UN?
Skip.
Which is the only member of the Big Cats group that cannot roar?
Skip.
Which popular attraction in Berlin was built as an entrance to the city in 1791 and features a topping sculpture of a chariot drawn by horses?
The Brandenburg Gate.
The Brandenburg Gate is correct.
Number 4 is Loki.
Number 4 is Loki. That is correct. And your time is up. Well done. NEPAD is Africa. Steph Curry is Golden State Warriors. That's Bunsen burner. Loki, you got those correct. Ecuador is the country, but I wanted Quito, which is the capital. Kofi Annan was the Secretary General from Ghana. The cheetah is the only member of the Big Cats group that cannot roar, and the Brandenburg Gate. So Golden State Warriors, Bunsen, Loki, Brandenburg Gate. You also get 4 correct. 12 points to you. Well done, Team Germany. All right, Team Italy. Here are your questions. Team Italy. By area, let's start. By area, which is the largest country in the G20?
Russia.
Correct. The Rumble in the Jungle was a boxing match between George Foreman and who?
Skip.
Which space telescope was launched on the Ariane 5 rocket in 2021?
Skip.
Dead Reckoning is the 7th film in which action movie franchise?
Skip.
Cox's Bazar is the longest beach in the world. In which Asian country will you find it?
China.
Incorrect. What was the surname of the two brothers credited with the world's first flight?
Skip.
Okay. Helianthus anus is the scientific name of which species of flora that has a heavenly body in its name?
Skip.
Okay. Which Italian football club based in Turin is called the Old Lady?
Juventus.
Juventus is right. Your time is up. Okay, you got Russia correct. The second answer was Muhammad Ali, James Webb Space Telescope, the Mission Impossible franchise, Bangladesh is Cox's Bazar, the Wright brothers, that was straightforward. Helianthus, Helios is sun god, so sunflower and Juventus. So Russia and Juventus, 6 points to Team Italy. All right, we have to do this really quickly because my assigned time has actually run out. So let's do this really fast. Team Netherlands. Your questions coming up.
Thank you.
Okay, let's start. There are 3 work streams in the G20. If the finance track and engagement groups are 2, which is the third?
Skip.
With the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which country would have become the first to have hosted?
America, Mexico, and Canada.
Correct. Which naturalist popularized survival of the fittest?
Charles Darwin.
Sorry?
Darwin.
Charles Darwin is right. Which Disney film features Lightning McQueen?
Cars.
Correct. The Bosphorus Bridge is located in which city?
Skip.
Which explorer lends his name to an island state of Australia because he was the first known person to cross them?
Tasman.
Correct. Which flightless bird endemic to Mauritius went extinct in the 1660s?
Dodo.
Correct. Which tourist attraction in the Lissa municipality is also called Garden of Europe?
Keukenhof.
Sorry?
Keukenhof.
Keukenhof is right. You want to try any of the others? The work streams?
5.
5 which city? Time is up. Time is up. Answers. The third one is the Sherpa track. We have the Sherpa here with us. You got Mexico, Charles Darwin, cars correct. The Bosphorus Bridge is in Istanbul. You got Tasman Ride, Dodo, and Keukenhof. You got 6 answers correct. Excellent performance. Netherlands get 18 points. 18 points to the Netherlands. Next, please. Team Saudi Arabia. And then we have Singapore left, I think, to end. Team Saudi Arabia, here are your questions. Kristalina Georgieva is the managing director of which financial agency of the UN, which is a permanent invitee to the G20?
Europe.
Incorrect. Which football club did Ronaldo play for before joining Al Nassr?
Is it Juventus?
Sorry?
Juventus.
Not Juventus. In chemistry, what term is used for a reaction that absorbs heat from the surroundings?
Endemic.
Sorry?
Endothermic.
Endothermic is right. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is a prequel to which film series? Book and film series.
Pass.
Pass. Which artificial sea level waterway connects the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea?
Sina. Remember Sina.
Sorry?
Sina.
No. What is the name of the 1919 document that ended the state of war between Germany and the Allied powers after World War I?
Pass.
Which animal gets its name from the Greek words for nose and horn?
Pass.
And your last question, what dish of rice, meat and spices typically cooked in one pot is the national dish of Saudi Arabia?
Kabsa.
Kabsas, right? Time is up. You got endothermic right. You didn't get Hunger Games. It was the IMF. The club was Manchester United. You got endothermic. You didn't get Hunger Games. You didn't get Suez. You said Suez? Okay, we'll give you points for Suez. And you got Kabza. Three correct, 9 points to Team Saudi Arabia. Sure. Shall I hand it back to the MCs to welcome? Yeah. Can I, before we do the last round, I think only Team Singapore is left. Can I hand it back to our lovely hosts, please? If you can come back up on stage. Check.
Check, check. Thank you, Venki. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Venki. Ladies and gentlemen, our participants have put up an electrifying show. And after 5 rounds of intense quizzing, I believe they deserve a huge round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now await the arrival.
Lovely energy
so
there.
Happy, but we now await the arrival of our chief guest, Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly rise on the arrival of the chief guest and remain standing until the national anthem. You may please be seated. We'll let you know.
Don't worry, Team Singapore, your chance is there. We're going to ask you the questions. Yeah, don't worry.
All right, we just got the message. We'll be continuing with the last round, and thereafter we'll welcome our chief guest.
Yeah.
Over to you, Mr. Venki.
Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Samson. Okay, Team Singapore, if you're ready, here are the last 8 questions of G20THINQ. What type of legislative body does the P in the P20 conference represent?
Primary.
Incorrect. Which Formula 1 team holds the record for most consecutive constructors wins?
Mercedes.
Correct. Which Polish astronomer put out a book titled on the revolutions of humans? Which 2023 Disney film was a live-action remake of an 89 classic?
Snow White.
Incorrect. What collective term is used for Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, and Ontario?
Great Lakes.
Correct. Who served as the first head of government for Soviet Russia from 1917 to 24? Correct. What is the largest species in the dolphin family?
Orca.
Correct. Which popular tourist attraction's design was believed to pay tribute to Singapore's original name?
Merlion.
Merlion is right. You want to try any of the others? You have the Polish astronomer that you haven't tried?
No.
No? I think you went for all the others. So that ends your attempt. The P is Parliament. You got Mercedes. The astronomer was Copernicus. The movie was Little Mermaid. You got Great Lakes, Lenin, Orca, and Merlion, all correct. So that gets you Mercedes, Great Lakes, Lenin, Orca, and Merlion. 5 correct. 15 points to Team Singapore. And with that, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with G20THINQ. Round of applause to all our teams. We will tabulate the scores, and perhaps it will be appropriate to announce the scores once our chief guest is here. So maybe you can take over, the host.
Yes. All right, Mr. Venki. And with that, my dear participants, you deserve a well-deserved break right backstage. The participants from 9 to 6 may proceed and exit the stage from the left. And the participant teams from 5 to 1 can exit the stage from the right.
A huge round of applause for all the participants. Ladies and gentlemen, they've done a wonderful job.
You can stay standing presently. We'll just have the chief guest, and thereafter you can depart from the venue. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly rise for our chief guest, the Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar.
Take a break.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति महोदय, G20 भारतीय नौसेना और नवा की ओर से हम आपका हार्दिक स्वागत करते हैं. आपकी उपस्थिति हमारे देश और दुनिया के बीच ज्ञान, बौद्धिक जिज्ञासा और उत्कृष्टता की खोज को बढ़ावा देने के लिए आपके अटूट समर्थन का एक प्रमाण है.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would now hand over back to our quiz master for a brief recap of the G20THINQ international finale. Over to you, Mr. Venki.
Good evening. Namaskar, sir. My name is Venkatesh. I'm the quiz master for this quiz. सर, इस क्विज के बारे में आपको थोड़ा सा मैं जानकारी दे दूं. ये शुरू हुई थी भारत के स्कूल्स के लिए. 11,700 के ऊपर स्कूल्स इसमें भाग लिए थे पहले राउंड्स में. ऑनलाइन राउंड से हम पहुंच के नेशनल सेमीफाइनल्स में आए, जो हुए थे मुंबई में पिछले हफ्ते, जहां पे 16 टीमों ने भाग ली. वो सारे 16 टीम्स इधर हैं हमारे साथ. उनमें से एक ग्रैंड फिनाले हुआ था जिसमें 8 टीमों ने भाग ली, और उनमें से जो टीम जीता था वो आज टीम भारत बन के यहाँ पे आया. इनके अलावा 23 और देशों से लोग आए हैं, मतलब स्कूल के बच्चे आए हैं पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए. उनके इन बिटवीन सेमीफाइनल राउंड्स हुए थे, और उनमें से 8 और टीम इधर उन्होंने भाग ली इंटरनेशनल फिनाले में. और आज हमने देखा कि 9 टीमें जो है, नेदरलैंड से शुरू करके, ब्राजील से शुरू करके, बहुत सारे देशों से टीम्स यहां आके उन्होंने भाग लिया भारत के साथ. हमने 5 राउंड्स के क्विजिंग की. ये बहुत एक जनरल नॉलेज क्विज था सर, जिसमें G20 और नेवी के बारे में भी थोड़े बहुत सवाल पूछे गए थे. और इसके बाद हम अभी इस नतीजे पे पहुंचे हैं जहां पे हम फाइनल स्कोर्स बताएं और ये घोषित करें कि किसने ये क्विज को जीता है. बहुत शानदार प्राइजेस उनके लिए मतलब वेट कर रहे हैं, और आप हमारे साथ हैं वो प्राइजेस देने के लिए. बहुत खुशी हुई. कैन वी हैव द टीम्स बैक अप ऑन स्टेज सो दैट वी कैन अनाउंस द रिजल्ट्स? इज दैट ओके? नो? ऑल राइट, नो प्रॉब्लम. We'll announce the results, and maybe those teams can then come up when they're called for the prize distribution ceremony. Time to take a look at the final scores of G20THINQ. Please generously applaud for all our teams. All of them have come from far, and the whole idea of this event was camaraderie, friendship, and a cultural exchange more than the actual scores. In 9th place today, please give a big round of applause for Team Germany with 20 points. In 8th place today, the all-girls team from Saudi Arabia with 34 points, along with the Netherlands on 34 points. Well done. So joint 6th place, or joint 7th place, what have you. In 6th place, Team Brazil, 41 points. In 5th place, Team Bharat, 44 points. This is the team from a DAV public school, Gurugram, sir, which represented Team Bharat by winning the national final. And they finished 5th here today. Very creditable achievement. In 4th place, just missing out on the podium, Team Australia with 50 points, which means In third place and taking home some wonderful prizes are the European Union. European Union, very well done. Third place finished for you. Runners up for G20THINQ. Team Italy, 1 point ahead of them with 52 points, which means G20THINQ champions, Singapore, 58 points. Very, very close contest, 58, 52, 51, 50. That's how close it was. So the winners, Team Singapore, followed by Italy and the European Union, and Australia narrowly missing out. Those are the results. Please give a round of applause and welcome back our lovely hosts for the evening.
Thank you, Venki.
Check. Thank you once again, Mr. Venki. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I believe all our participants were winners in their own right. And may I now request Admiral R. Harikumar, Chief of the Naval Staff, to kindly deliver the welcome address.
Shri Jagdeep Dhankar ji, Honorable Vice President of India, Srimati Meenakshi Lekhi ji, Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs, Shri Naresh Kumar ji, Chief Secretary Delhi, flag officers from the prize services, officers from the G20 countries, participating students, distinguished guests, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great honor and immense pride that I welcome the Honorable Vice President to this unique G20, the Indian Navy Quiz 2023. Sir, your presence here signifies Bharat's commitment to engage positively with the young and dynamic minds from across the oceans. Many would ask, how is it that the Indian Navy, a profession of arms, is conducting an international quiz competition? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the answer lies in the core element of our force, which is a warship. When you look at a naval warship, it is not merely about the weapons or sensors it has or the water it displaces. It is about the flag it carries and what it represents. When at sea, a warship is our sovereign territory and an extension of Bharat in its true sense. On a warship, you will find Indians from every cross-section of our society, from every district, region, state of our country, all gelled into one strong team with a singular aim to keep our sacred Tiranga flying high. So to my mind, there could be no better example of Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. And as a corollary, whenever a naval warship visits a foreign port, Bharat actually reaches its shores. So our ships not only receive citizens of the host nation, but also we step out to engage with the community through welfare measures such as medical camps and other outreach programs. The friends from foreign countries who come on board our ships, they get to taste our local delicacies. They get to see Bhangra as well as Kalaripaito. They get to see the indigenous technologies and capabilities. They get to hear peppy Bollywood numbers as well as Kulavari Di. They get to meet Ladakis, Haryanvis, Andhroids, Mizos, and most importantly, they get to experience our unity amidst diversity, as well as a truly inclusive outlook for the whole world. So our warships amplify and echo this thought every time we take to the seas, forging friendships across the oceans. It is this spirit of embracing differences and imbuing cohesion that makes Bharat special. So not surprisingly, when given the onerous responsibility of G20 presidency, Bharat chose to drive conversations based on our civilizational ethos of Vasudhaiva kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future. So the future, ladies and gentlemen, is here in front of us, the youth. Therefore, when it came to engaging with young and impressionable minds from across the world as a service, we thought of taking it forward given the coherence in our outlook when operating at sea. So Bharat Sarkar and the G20 Secretariat found it fitting to trust us with this unique responsibility to conduct this equally unique international quiz competition. So it gives me immense pleasure to inform the Honorable Vice President, not only has this event garnered remarkable response, it has ignited imaginations of thousands of students across 23 nations. Those who qualified have made the journey across the oceans to be here with us at this iconic Kartavya Path. And even those who could not are virtually with us through the bits and bytes of internet data, which incidentally also flows through submarine cables across the seas. Therefore, the G20THINQ is indeed a remarkable blend. It comprehensively conveys Bharat's outlook. There is only one Earth, which makes us one big family that is destined to share one common future, the trajectory of which will be decided by the choices that the present and future generations will make. So by handing over the onus of this future to the young, this event also leads towards the culmination of Bharat's highly successful presidency of G20. This quiz, which has just got completed, has been very challenging, exciting, creative, aspirational, riveting, innovating, and kept everyone at the edge of their seats. It's been conducted by the quiz master in a very fabulous way. So before concluding, I express my sincere gratitude to all those at home and abroad who worked in unison to make this quiz competition more than just an academic exercise. A special thanks to Sri Amitabh Kanji, the G20 Sherpa, and the G20 Secretariat for their unflinching support. I thank the Ministry of Defense, the Ministry of External Affairs, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Environment, the Naval Headquarters, VESI team, team from INS India, the Navy Welfare and Wellness Association members, all for their support and assistance that have made this event possible. I will no longer stand between you and the balance ceremonies. I wish all the participants the very best in every endeavor in life. I thank the Honorable Vice President for kindly consenting to spare his valuable time to grace this event. Thank you. Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir.
May I now request Mrs. Meenakshi Lekhi, Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs and Culture, to kindly felicitate our most enthusiastic and promising quizzers and second runners-up team. May I also request Mrs. Kala Harikumar to kindly join us on stage. And the most enthusiastic and promising quizzers are Team Australia. Can we have a huge round of applause for Team Australia, ladies and gentlemen? They win an Apple iPad each. Thank you, Team Australia. Thank you, Team Australia. Time for the next team. And our second runners-up for the evening are Team European Union. Can we have a huge round of applause? They win an Apple MacBook Air, AirPods, and Fab India gift hamper. Thank you, Team European Union. Oh, there is another gift for you. You can please stay on stage. That is all. May I now request Mrs. Meenakshi Lekhi, Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs and Culture, to kindly address the gathering.
Honorable Vice President of India, Admiral Harikumarji, Kalaji, officers, ladies and gentlemen, pleasure and honor being here. And just yesterday, a day or two ago, the Prime Minister closed the Indian part of the G20. We've had the final summit. And now wrapping it up with this THINQ has been a fantastic idea. And I want to thank our NAVA, the ladies organization from Indian Navy and Indian Navy for hosting such a wonderful quiz, because I remember we all grew up on the quizzing and all the quizzes that used to happen nationally. And even all these young students who have made it to the top, all those participating teams, my heartfelt congratulations. And as in life, you lose some, you win some, but all of you have won a lot. Just by virtue of being selected from your respective countries, you've gone through the grill, being present here, performing with the best of your abilities. And sometimes we saw it happening right in front of us, that many teams did very well in earlier rounds who fell back in the final rounds. This happens in life also. Many a times you win, you lose, you win. This is what life has to teach, and losing teaches us far more than the winning teaches us. So wish you the really the very best. May these lessons come a long way in life and teach us to be patient and teach us to stay grounded even when you win. And my best wishes, and India will always be etched in your hearts, because these competition you won at Kartavya Path, as the Prime Minister says, the Kartavya Path also indicates and binds us to all the duties we need to perform, and all the duties we need to perform towards our respective countries, towards the humanity at large. And G20 this year represents not just the global 20 biggest economies of the world, the global north, but also the voice of the global south, the ones who were left behind. Their voices count as much as the ones who have taken the lead. And only when everybody comes together, the solutions to problems with the globe faces at large can be found. Once again, thank you very much, Admiral Harikumarji, Kalaji, and all the officers from the Tri-Forces, and also the Honorable Vice President's presence gives us a great honor and pleasure. Thank you very much. Jai Bharat.
Thank you, ma'am, for inspiring words. May I now request Admiral R. Harikumar, Chief of the Naval Staff, to present a memento on this occasion to Mrs. Meenakshi Lekhi. Thank you, ma'am.
May I now request the chief guest, the Honorable Vice President of India, Shri G20THINQ, to kindly come on stage to felicitate our winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the first runners-up for this evening. Team Italy. and they win an Apple MacBook Air, an Apple Watch Ultra 2, and a Fab India gift hamper. Thank you, Team Italy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the G20THINQ are Team Singapore. They win a MacBook Air, an iPhone 15, and Fab India gift hampers. Thank you, Team Singapore. May I now request the Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar, to kindly address this august gathering.
Good evening, all of you, and greetings to all of you. Minister of State for External Affairs, Government of India, Srimati Meenakshi Lekhi, Chief of Naval Staff, Admiral R. Hari Kumar, President, Navy Wives Welfare Association, Mrs. Kala Hari Kumar, men in uniform, and everyone present here. It's a delightful moment for all of us. I'm extremely honored and privileged to be at this extraordinary G20THINQ event organized by the Indian Navy, the Navy Welfare Wellness Association, in collaboration with G20 Secretariat. Navy's thoughtful endeavor to take a school quiz competition to global stage with G20THINQ has evoked appreciation all around. The Indian Navy Quiz THINQ went global this year to commemorate Azadi Ka Amrit Kaal, with India assuming the chairmanship of prestigious G20. And let me respond to the Admiral. You are limitless because you sail beyond the horizon, and that's what you have done. By going beyond traditional boundaries, the Navy has transformed this competition G20THINQ into a beacon of unity, promoting cultural exchange and friendship among G20 nations. Friends, this initiative speaks volumes about the Navy's commitment to not only ensuring our maritime security, but also in contributing to global intellectual discourse and cooperation. This event has seen participation of young and brilliant minds across the world. It has contributed in strengthening the bridges of friendship with G20 partners. Imagine the kind of body language they emanated when they came on the screen. I was absolutely charmed by their dress. I inquired about it. All of them felt at home, away from their home, in the land of culture that is our Bharat. I am overwhelmed at this impactful, challenging engagement of the youth, signaling productive and impactful people-to-people connect. Globally, people-to-people connect is highly impactful, goes a long way in securing harmony and peace in the world. Generating this people-to-people connect with these impressionable minds will be a game changer, and I am sure such events would further be emulated. The innovative event G20THINQ has imparted unique, and friends, it is unique in several ways. The way it has been conducted, the way there has been exposure of participants to every nook and corner of this country and the culture of this nation, stimulating intellectual experience to thousands of young minds on both a national and international scale. There is no substitute to experiential learning. Experience is all important. Faced with experience, we carry indelible imprint of it. The quiz competition, the concept has been very thoughtfully evolved, and it indicates what has been our theme for thousands of years, Vasudhaiva kutumbakam. We are a civilization unrivaled in the world with thousands of years of ethos, and this was most significantly, impactfully reflected when we had G20 events all over the country for about a year. And the concept is, world is one family. This nation, Bharat, has always subscribed to this sublime principle. And in such a perspective, it is in sync with the G20 theme. And the theme carries a message to the entire world of peace, prosperity, and happiness. And the theme is one earth, one family, one future. This has been integral part of our civilization for over 5,000 years. Credit goes to all the stakeholders for making this resounding success with seamless management, and there have been no fault lines. The national round saw participation of over 11,000 schools where students from class 9 to 12 or equivalent participated. Their wit was tested. Look at the figure, more than 11,000 schools from every part of the country participated. It was a keen, intense competition. DAV Public School Gurugram emerged as the winner, and we had the occasion to see them performing here also excellently by getting a slot in the midline. What is more significant and what indicates inclusiveness is that there has been participation in the international round from G20 plus 9 nations, their number being 23. and drawn from various continents of the globe. The semi-finals were evenly balanced. When I saw the result was being announced, I could feel the cheer. I could feel the happiness. It was a moment ever to be remembered and cherished by the winners and also the participants. This is not just a competition being celebrated. We are celebrating collective spirit of curiosity, knowledge, and friendship, and this has brought us together. I must express my admiration for the winning team. Congratulations to Singapore. It is only coincidental that they happen to be people of Indian origin. Your dedication, hard work, and intellect have propelled you at this position in global challenge. But let us not forget, in an event of this magnitude, every participant is a winner, as was reflected by the Honorable Minister. Every participant is a winner. In every sense, each participant, each team, each nation represented here is winner. Each participant representing his country, her country, with pride has contributed to the richness of the tapestry of ideas and perspectives that make events like this so enriching and thrilling. The bonds formed, the lessons learned, and memories created are lifetime treasures. Imagine young, impressionable minds being in Bharat, home to 1/6 of humanity, having contact with similar impressionable minds. They will go a long way. This connect would have geometric impact. G20THINQ befittingly marks the concluding chapter of a series of significant and notable events held since December 2022, as India passes G20 leadership to Brazil on December 1, 2023. Friends, the world acknowledged our inclusive phenomenal rise, our rich and vibrant culture, and there the reflection was in 60 locations, in 200 interactions. The functions were held. The footprint of G20 was there in every state and union territory of the country. G20 presidency has elevated the status of the nation at a global stage. The world was stunned having seen such an organization, and the result was for welfare of humanity. Our presidency has been inclusive, ambitious, and people-centric. It embodies both our way of life as also our global outlook. It is a thread that connects us together, not as members of a nation, but as integral players of a global community. Today, it has become India's clarion call to the world for peace, harmony, and humanism. The vision of the leadership has truly made it, and I emphasize, this has been unique G20 program, unique G20 presidency. It became People's G20, was celebrated as a festival all over the country, and the world, the members, rejoiced it. A soothing outcome, a wholesome outcome, a statesman kind of an outcome. India's presidency has brought the voice of the global south into the heart of G20 discourse. This is a game changer in world polity. The inclusion of African Union as a permanent member of G20 on the premise of India's initiative and consistent efforts is a historic step. This inclusion will strengthen G20 as never before. Friends, New Delhi G20 Leaders Declaration. There were many heartbeats. The world was watching whether it will be divisive, whether they can secure unanimity. And at the end of the day, our inclusive approach, vision of the Prime Minister, his deep commitment for global welfare resulted in a consensual document of far-reaching consequence for global peace and harmony. G20 Leaders Declaration is not a document, it's a historic declaration. What is indicated therein spells out how in future nations will conduct themselves in accordance with a legal regime and global order. It is global acknowledgement of India's role in bridging North-South divide and overcoming strong East-West polarization. Both these aspects, friends, had headwinds. They were not on center stage. Our Prime Minister worked hard, had a vision, he got it executed, it fructified in the shape of the declaration. It is thus, from every consideration, recognition of Bharat as a voice of peace and moderation in a world ridden with divisions facing conflagrations. Initiatives, friends, taken by India during the summit, like the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor, a very significant development, will be highly impactful in global economy. This has fructified, coupled with the Global Biofuels Alliance. Both these steps, historic steps, have sown the seeds for a more connected future with a key leadership role for Bharat. India is the largest and oldest democracy. It is mother of democracy. This also hosted G20 Parliamentary Speaker Summit, or P20, in October this year. Parliamentarians from across the world came together and reaffirmed their commitment towards making an effective and meaningful parliamentary contribution to the G20 progress. The Prime Minister has also hosted 2 sessions of the Voice of Global South Summit this year. So India has essentially held 4 such meetings in a single year, in which over 150 world leaders have participated. This exemplifies relevance of India in our contemporaneous times. This also clearly demonstrates the convening power of India and the leadership of the Prime Minister at global level. Friends, I am thrilled. I am grateful to Navy. Recently, I have attended some functions organized by Navy. They were first of its kind. They were very thought-provoking, very ably managed. But this one has indeed been unique. We will have to compliment those to whom this great idea occurred. This idea has a potential to be nerve center and epicenter of global connectivity right from the beginning. My compliments to Indian Navy, the Navy Welfare and Wellness Association, and G20 Secretariat for their foresightedness, statesmanship, dedication in organizing an event of this scale in this manner with no fault lines, as I indicated before. Friends, as we look forward to the future, let the spirit of G20 Think continue unabated. reminding us that despite our diverse backgrounds, we are united by our common pursuit of a brighter and more interconnected world. Let us continue to pave way for a future where collaboration knows no bounds. Friends, it will be a delightful moment if the quiz master is also quizzed. And I have no doubt, going by the enormous talent of the participants and the winners, the quiz master will take home many learning lessons. Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Admiral R. Harikumar, Chief of the Naval Staff, to present a memento on this occasion to our chief guest.
Ladies and gentlemen, I happen to be Chairman Rajya Sabha also. In September 2023, on 21st September to be precise, we passed Women Reservation Bill, providing for 1/3 of reservation for women in Lok Sabha, in state legislatures. I was therefore putting to the Admiral, how come the spouse of the Admiral is not here when she has been continually here when others were so gifted? I would therefore make a fervent plea to ma'am to be here when I get this honor from Indian Navy.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now request to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly be seated as our chief guest departs from our venue. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we do hope that you enjoyed the enchanting battle of wits between the brilliant young minds from across the globe over this fine evening. We trust that these talented kids will find a place in your hearts as they stand proud, having traveled so far to the magnificent international finals.
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly remain seated until the chief guest departs from the venue. Before bidding you a fond farewell from this year's G20THINQ International Finals, on behalf of Navy and NAVA, I would like to extend a heartfelt gratitude to India's